So, it seems like we're starting. Hello and welcome today to the season 8, I think it is. Third race in Canada today. We're in Montreal on this beautiful circuit with our drivers. I think we are 16 or 17. So, a lot of drivers will be on the track competing for the win at the circuit of Jacques Villeneuve. Also to mention, you can watch the hot lap right now while we're loading the qualifying. It should be somewhere at the SOR YouTube channel. Otherwise, just stay here and wait for the drivers to get out of the pits. To the current state of the championship, we have Inaudible Gamer in the lead with 33 points. After that, really close behind, only 4 points, he has on Futuristic, who was a great competitor in the last Grand Prix in Azerbaijan, and these two made a lot of action. It was really fun to watch. Also the highlights you can find on the SOR YouTube channel. Unfortunately, Blue is not able to be here with me today, so I will be alone and will try my best to be as entertaining as we two were at the last Grand Prix. We have a first driver going outside of the pits. It's a Force India. I guess it's MySkew. Yeah, he is. Let's see which compound of tires he uses. I think these are the Ultra Softs. Yeah, they're a little bit too dark for the Hypers, so I guess Ultra Soft. I heard from the people that the strategy here can be Ultra Soft, Super Soft, or 2 times Hyper and 1 time Ultra Soft, so 1 pit stop more. Let's see what these guys are going to do. What do we choose? We choose the fastest lap, I think. Oh no. Let's get the differences and the tires and also the gears. Now we have everything we need, and we are waiting for MySkew to start his first quick lap and to show us how quick these guys are. And I just got a message from SR Maple, who is also in the lobby driving, that it's gonna be a heavy rain all race, and this will be really exciting on this track to drive in heavy rain. I mean, it's a little bit of a shame because it's just a beautiful track to drive when it's dry. A lot of straights and overtaking opportunities, but I mean, yeah. It's how it is as a driver. You have to adapt to the conditions and do your best. We have yellow sector in sector 3, but it's cleared now, so nothing too bad happened there. Maybe let's go on board with MySkew. He's the first one who is going to set a time. Not that good of a second sector. I think he aborted the lap. So not that much to see here. Who is also on a fast lap. Choik is just starting his last fast lap, sorry. We have Chico. Oh, let's go to Futuristic. He is the second and a championship right now, so one of the fastest drivers on the track. Let's get a little bit of oversteer here going into the first curb. Not that perfect for round, also touches the grass on the left, so I think he has a little bit of problems here. But I mean, the first lap is always a safe lap. You try just to set a time to not be lost in qualifying due to, I don't know, failing because of cutting the track or just crashing into the wall, which is very likely here. The famous Wall of Champions is waiting for you. And now let's see what his time is going to be. He's crossing the line. Oh, he has a cut. Okay. So we have just 1 time set right now, and there comes the second time, a 1:10.060 from Chico. Let's go on board with Inaudible Gamer. He is coming through turn 13 and 15. Now onto the main straight. Oh, it was his outlap. Okay, I see. And right now Choik is the fastest man on track with a 18991. And he's blocking Inaudible Gamer a little bit. Oh yeah, he's blocking him on his fast lap. That's a shame. That was not really clean. I'm sorry for Inaudible Gamer, his lap is ruined now. But as I know him, he won't be too furious. A very nice guy, very calm. Should be fine. Go back to Futuristic, who is right now in the pit. Hairpin. Going very slowly here. It's not looking like a fast lap also. I don't know why is he not setting a time. Maybe some problems with his wheel or something. Or gamepad. I don't know what he's racing on. Now he's trying to let some drivers pass. Maybe stay with Duplav. He's right now the only one trying the super soft tires. And what is his time going to be? Oh, he's a lot, yeah, he's a lot slower, I wanted to say. 3.1 seconds behind the lead. That doesn't seem like a good strategy. MySQ is also into the pits, didn't set it any time with the Ultrasofts. So, seems like a bad strategy for him too. And now we go to Inaudible Gamer, who is going to set his first time right now. Our championship leader. And he touches the wall. Hopefully he didn't get any damage here, but his lap is not going to be as fast as he would like to. Gets a little bit of oversteer here, going over the curb, so many guys have problems with this chicane. Now Duplav is in front of him, probably on a fast lap, but he's still on the super soft tires, so he might block Inaudible Gamer. No, doesn't seem so. He's going to the left side. Let Inaudible Gamer pass. Yeah, he's going to the brakes. Inaudible Gamer didn't lose too much time there, but still a little bit. And now let's see, his ERS is out for this round, and Inaudible Gamer makes second position with the ultra soft tires, only 3.5 tenths behind Choik. So this is a very fast lap, although he made a little bit of a mistake here and there, but still not bad, my man. Let's see, who else is on a fast lap? Alpheus, is he on a fast lap? Yeah, seems so. Opening the DRS, 8th gear, ERS is now empty. And now he's on a hypersafts. Is he compatible enough? Not yet. He's 4.6 tenths behind the leading positions. Already his second lap on the hypersoft tires. So he has to think well if he wants to do another one or not. Also a very fast man, the Alpheus. I would watch out for this one. Beer Juice says, how it's going, my dude? It's going very fine. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have fun. If you want to mention something, just give it a shot and type it in the chat. I'm going to try to entertain you today. I am alone. So, yeah. I have to speak basically all the time, but I will do it. Yeah, Lurk, thanks for the lurk. Fine for me. Mark Nicky is on a fast lap here, going into the last chicane with the hypersoft tires. It was his first lap. Maybe even his out lap? Yeah, it was his out lap. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused in this game when people are doing out laps, because some of them have the sign out lap and some of them don't. This is really confusing. We have a lot of yellow flags in Sector 2. I guess some guys are just making space for the fast runners. So nothing too bad here. And we go on board with Choik, our pole setter, well, at the moment at least. And he's on another fast lap right now, but only in ERS mode 3 over the corner. That's really interesting. So just turning down the ERS to get more grip in these cheeky corners. Not a bad idea, definitely, but you lose a little bit of speed, which is basically what you need more. But of course, without traction there is no speed, so not too bad a tactic. Braking here, going to the chicane, very clean, touches the wall. That's not so clean. But should be still fine with the front wing, going into the pit hairpin. Yeah, first gear. Very aggressive acceleration here, but you have to do it. You have to do it. It's the longest straight. You need the speed. And now he's approaching turn 14 and 15. Oh no, he's going into the pits. Well, okay. It was a fast in lap. Didn't count on that. What do I have here? Fungus is getting empty on ERS, going also into the pits. Mark Nicky. Are you doing a fast lap for me? I hope so. Otherwise I have nothing to comment on right now. So speaking of strategies, so we have the Inaudible Gamer with Ultrasofts on P2, but we know this man is incredibly fast, so maybe it's not that representative for the other drivers. Okay, Mark Nicky is going into the pits too, that's a shame. But if we look at Duplev, he right now switched to the Hypersoft from the Supersoft. And the Supersofts are very slow on this track, so you get not that much traction anyway because of these little hills you have in the corners. So you have to be very carefully on the throttle pedal, and with the Supersoft tires you get even less traction. So yeah, I mean, it's not his fault, he's 13th. With the Supersofts it's really difficult to drive with these. We stay a little bit on board with Impact, so basically all other drivers are with the Hypersoft. We have Poofy Waffle with Ultrasofts, but 5 seconds behind, so he's a lot slower than the other drivers. Yeah, I don't know if these are the tires. I don't think the Ultrasofts are 5 seconds slower. Maybe he's just not that good on this track. So let's get back to the Inaudible Gamer and we watch him to maybe set a new fastest lap for him, and maybe it's gonna be the pole. Let's see. So he's at 54 seconds right now. He has 8 more to cross the finish line and to be in pole. A little bit slow entry in this corner, and he's not gonna make it. He stays 63 thousandths behind the pole with the Hypersoft this time. So he decided to change his strategy and switch to the Hypersofts to be a little bit quicker, but right now it's not paying out. I mean, he needs the pole to improve himself, and therefore he needs to set a new fastest lap, and we have a new fastest lap indeed, a 18578 from MiceQ. It's a really fast lap. It's actually 1/10 slower than our hot lap time from our hot lap video. So a really good lap from MiceQ. Yellow in sector 1, probably some guys are just letting the others to overtake them. Nothing too dramatic, and Inaudible Gamer aborts his lap. We switch to Choik, who is also hunting the pole position. Now on a hot lap, we see it ERS mode 5. That means he's in a hot lap, touches the wall. It's not that good, but I don't think he lost too much time. Trying to get good traction here. It's really important. It's a really fast corner if you get it right. The pit hairpin, second gear. This time he doesn't switch into first gear actually. That's really interesting. Last time he did it, now he doesn't, so he learns, I guess. And now 7th gear until 320 kilometers. That's also really, really late gear switching. And now the final straight. Will he make the pole time? No, he improves his own time, but he's still 2/10 behind the pole. So yeah, MiceQ set a really good lap here. And Alpheus gets actually to 3rd place. That's really good. 3/10 behind the pole, so we have a really narrow field into the top 4 places. Let's see if someone can contest them. So Alpheus is not going to do another fast lap. Choik neither. What do we have here? Let's stay with Fungus. He's 1 second behind the pole right now, but he has the opportunity to improve himself. It's still 3 minutes 40 to go. A lot of time to get a better lap and to improve the position at the start. We have yellow flags. 2 guys are letting him passing by. Very good done from these guys. And that was, I think it was a cut, I'm not sure. Let's see if, yeah, he aborts his lap. So I think the last chicane was a cut indeed. Who is still on a fast lap? So Alpheus is not gonna make a fast lap, Choik neither. Maisky is actually on an out lap, so he wants to improve himself 3 minutes before the end of the qualifying. That's also interesting. Also a notable gamer on an outlap on the Hypersofts. He's really thirsty for that pole position. Mike is also really close onto the top 4, but he's on an outlap, so we're not gonna see a time from him now. And Poofy Waffle is actually out of the qualifying. I didn't realize that he left the session. Don't know what happened there. So let's stay with Inaudible Gamer. I have the feeling that it's gonna be a really good time. Seems like a good first sector. 20.7 is actually a good time. Now he gets good traction, also touches the wall. Why are they all touching the wall there? I don't think that's quicker. Oh, and it's actually starting to rain! Oh my god! It's raining! So no one is actually be able to do a better time. That's it! He's sliding! He's already sliding! It has to be the pole from Ice Cube. I can't imagine it's not going to be the pole for him. Inaudible Gamer gets a little bit of slipstream from Duplov, but I'm not sure if that's enough. His lap was very good, but we're already at the 1:7:18:19. No, he's not getting a better time. It started to rain, and basically it's pretty surely the pole position here for MiceQ. The conditions are getting very bad. The track is, yeah, the track temperature is just falling, so you have not that much grip with the tires, and you can't set that good times as on, yeah, dry conditions. Mark Nicky is actually out of the session. I don't know if he left or crashed. And we have here Mike spinning, so the conditions are getting worse. Yeah, and basically that should it be with the qualifying. SR Maple aborted the session, DRS is disabled, and that's it. Trust me, no one is going to set a better time right now, and that's the pole from IceQ. Congratulations to this fastest lap. He did a very good job and is going to start from P1. Choik is going to be right beside him at P2, only 2 tenths behind. Alpheus 3 tenths behind MiceQ on P3, and an Audible Gamer only on P4 with 4 tenths difference to the leader. It's a little bit disappointing for him, I think. He's one of the fastest driver here, and yeah, he aborted his strategy to go with Ultrasoft Supersoft on a one-stop strategy, switching to the Hypersofts and not getting the pole. It's like, well, it doesn't feel good for him, I think. So all these guys that are aborting their laps right now, and we have our end result that you can see here. Only 2 guys on the Ultrasofts, Duplov and Poofy Waffle, are going to use the Ultrasoft, so maybe the rain strategy. I wanted to say one-stop strategy, but right now remember it's going to be a full wet race. So actually going with the Ultrasofts or Supersofts in qualifying was not that smart. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they didn't realize the race is going to be full wet, but yeah, it was not a good strategic decision. Other ones all on hypersofts, and we are now waiting for the qualifying to finish, and it's done right now. So yeah, it was really exciting, and also new drivers, so drivers who weren't in the top like 5 before, now starting to make competition to our championship leaders. And in the end table, MySQ on P1, Choik beside him into the second row, Alpheus and Notable Gamer, then Mike and Fungus, Mark Nicky, Impact on 7 and 8, and now they push the button, so I cannot read on, I'm sorry. And as we said, it's going to be a full wet race, and that means a lot of damage and collisions. And something strange is happening there in the starting grid. Okay, now it's fixed. I guess a game bug occurred there. Nothing too exciting, but the race is going to be exciting indeed. Who is going to handle the rain the best? Who is going to keep the traction? Who is going to keep his car on the track and maybe overtake some guys making mistakes? We will see in a couple of minutes. We're going on to the formation lap. It's lap 0 out of 35 race laps. Already one guy disqualified, but he's of course not really disqualified. He's only not able to attend the formation lap. It's not that dramatic into the rain because the tire temperatures are not that high anyway, but I think it's a slight disadvantage, so if you have the opportunity, you should of course use the formation lap as much as you can. And I'm really excited what is going to happen with MySQ at the start. Can he get good traction? Can he go into the first corner in P1? Can he keep the lead from the qualifying he has? I mean, we have totally different conditions, so people who are fast in the dry don't have to be fast in the wet. We could have a little switcheroo here through all the grid. And no one knows what is going to happen. Me neither. We will see. Also, I'm really interested in Inaudible Gamer Star. He is our championship leader right now in Futuristic. His biggest enemy, or I would say rival, is only on P9, so very far behind. Let's see how good he can get through the field onto the start. I'm really excited. I hope you're too. And the drivers are taking the places to start the Canada Grand Prix today. 16 drivers will compete for the win and for the 25 points into the leaderboard of Split 2 of the SOR League. The last drivers got in their places, and now we see 1 light, 2 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and now the lights are out. We're starting the Canadian Grand Prix here. Already Alpheus is in front of Inaudible Gamer. Inaudible Gamer touches Choik. Already maybe a little bit of front wing damage. Now Inaudible Gamer gets better traction but has to back up to not get sandwiched between the two in front of him. And MySQ keeps his lead. He had a very good start. There is a little bit of fight behind between Fungus and Mike. Mike is not getting really good traction here, doesn't see much behind Fungus. You have to really watch out with a high fuel rate here on this track and the rain, and also the dirty air, of course, which is still active into the rain. You don't have that much of traction, so it's really difficult. We have sector 2 yellow flags. What did happen there? I don't know. The yellow flags are gone, so nothing too bad happened there. That's good to hear. Inaudible Gamer trying to make a move, braking late, and he's actually crashing into Ezra Choik, and that was not a good move from Inaudible Gamer. It was a little way too late braking, and he lets him passing by, but of course both lost a lot of time. And we have yellow flags in turn 3. Maple had a crash with Duplov, and Duplov is actually getting a 5-second stop and go penalty for that, so I guess it was his fault. It's really unlucky again for Maple. He's one of the faster drivers, but again he's getting into trouble already so early into the race. And we still try to keep up here with the things happening on the track. Sorry, I can't watch them all at once. We stay with Inaudible Gamer, 0.2 seconds behind Ezra Choik. He got very good traction and tries it onto the inside. And now the switchback. He is left from Choik. We try to keep an eye on what's happening. And Choik is actually now behind. And now Inaudible Gamer has the inside line and squeezes through. And Choik has a very bad line to get out of this corner. Doesn't get good traction, doesn't get a good line. Falls behind already 1 second, and Inaudible Gamer is actually in P3 right now. And we have yellow in sector 1, I think it was Poofy Waffle, he lost the position there. And we have Fungus, he had a collision I guess with someone. Caused yellow flags in sector 2 and actually lost 3 positions. Trying to get one of the positions back with an attack on Chico. No, Chico defends actually, and Fungus gets really late on the brakes. Is not able to do something, and Mark Nick is actually into the wall. Mark Nick, he spun his car and his front wing should be gone. That's a shame. His race is basically over. We have attack here from Mike on Futuristic defense, so Mike cannot overtake him with the better, yeah, a lot of a slipstream. Sorry, I forgot the word slipstream. That's a shame. And he doesn't get the move done on Futuristic, so he stays in P6. What else do we have here? Alpheus is chasing MiceQ. MiceQ doing a very good job so far. And Alpheus is keeping up. He has only 0.6 seconds. Of course, we have no DRS because of the wet conditions, but on the main straight with a little bit of ERS engagement and slipstream, you can overtake on the long straight. Both going from the pit hairpin, and now Alpheus 0.2 seconds, get a lot of traction out of this hairpin. Is right behind MiceQ, getting a lot of slipstream. Will he be able to overtake until the chicane? I don't think so. He tries to take another line to get a little bit less of the dirty air. MiceQ is actually cutting the corner but slowing down. I don't think he had a time gain there, and Alpheus is actually going by because MiceQ got on the brakes following his cut, which was really fair, but now he lost the positions. Of course, it was his own mistake. And now we have a change in the lead. Alpheus is now on P1, leading the Canadian Grand Prix. Constance says, so hard to keep track of all the action. Yeah, indeed, man. Indeed, I try my best. And now, actually, Inaudible Gamer is trying to attack MiceQ. He's really close behind. MiceQ gets a little bit of oversteer here, can catch his car, but now Inaudible Gamer has a lot of traction here through this corner and actually overtakes MiceQ on the right side, closes the door before the corner, but also into the braking zone, which is not that clean. He gets a punch from behind from MiceQ, couldn't brake early enough and had to cut the corner. I don't know if this was really fair because it seemed like Inaudible Gamer had a lot of time gain, but it's how it is. I mean, he had to do something and he decided to go through that corner. And now he's in P2. MiceQ is actually 0.6 seconds behind and lost already 2 positions from the start. Not a good race for him so far, but as I said, the rain conditions are not dry conditions, so he was the fastest man in dry conditions, but it seems like the rain is not doing too well for him. We have CG Fungus here chasing to Chico and Impact. 0.8 seconds to Chico and 0.7 seconds behind Chico in impact. A very nice fight of this threesome here. Chico is losing a little bit of time through the first chicane, but nothing too dramatic here. And we have actually an overtake from Maple on Rambo 2K. We didn't see it unfortunately, but I think it was just late braking into turn 1, and SR Maple is actually pulling his way through the field after losing a lot of positions regarding that accident with Duplov in the beginning. Very unlucky for him, but he's already in P11 trying to get higher up into the points. Mike is losing a position to Impact, and actually Chico is also taking very late braking, and these three are very close together. Yeah, I'm Optimistic is out of the race. Oh, he spun his car, I think, in Sector 1, and now he's out of the race. But now we stay with Chico, who is really close behind Mike. 0.3 seconds, brakes very early to not doing a collision here. Mike actually picks up a 3-second penalty after several warnings. So counting this chicane was definitely not a good idea from him. And Chico is still very close behind, so we could see an overtake here into the next few corners. Duplov gets a 3-second time penalty, so he's already at 8 seconds. And we switch to the front two because Inaudible Gamer is catching up to Alpheus. Only 0.9 seconds between these two, and we have actually an overtaking. Mike is losing 2 positions to Chico and Fungus, so whatever happened there, it was massively bad for Mike. Going to P9 just in front of his teammate Pilvax. Sorry, I had troubles with reading the name. But I think it's Pilvax. And yeah, now Mike is losing a lot of time to these two. I don't know if there's something broken on his front wing. Oh, Fungus is actually making a mistake, going really wide, and now Mike has the opportunity to make a move. He's trying to get the slipstream out on this very long straight. Will he be able to make the move until turn 14? I don't think he's fast enough. No. It doesn't gonna be. Oh, he's getting into the pits. So, like I said, probably a little accident there, and he lost a little bit of his front wing. Now pitting. Very unfortunate for him because, yeah, in rain conditions, you want to do only one stop. And doing the stop so early, he should not be able to finish the race on the second compound he gets. So probably there will be one more pit stop for him. We have yellow in sector 1 and 2, but it's probably because of the lapping cars. The Poofy Waffle was just lapped by the first two, and we stay on board with Inaudible Gamer catching up 0.2 seconds behind Alpheus. And Alpheus is defending really hard here, trying to get the inside line to not be overtaken, to not be dive bombed into this pit hairpin. And now Inaudible Gamer really lost some traction there, going into the grass, but is still faster than Alpheus. He's doing the overtake onto the inside, and he's going to have the worst line into the chicane, and actually both are cutting the chicane. Inaudible Gamer gets 3 seconds time penalty for several warnings, but also Alpheus did cut the chicane, so probably he get a warning too. So I don't know if this was worth for both. Futuristic gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Also very unfortunate for him. He's only on, he's only in P5. That's not that what I expected. And now he's doing his first pit stop already. So probably he's not going to make only one stop. Also, like Mike, he's going to need another stop to go through that race. And Alpheus is losing a lot of time behind the Inaudible Gamer. It's already a 1 second lead for Inaudible Gamer, who actually got P1 in this race after that overtake. MiceQ is at constant 2 seconds behind the leading two. Well, not the best result for him right now after he got the pole, and actually locking up here again really wide, so the rain conditions is not optimal for him. We have yellow in sector 1. Whatever happened there, I don't know. Probably some lapping going on or something. We have a fight between Maple and Pilvex, and Maple has an easy time going by Pilvex even before the hairpin. He's onto P8. So he's actually taking a lot of places because of people pitting, but also doing great overtakes. So really deserved P8 here, but now 8 seconds towards Fungus. That's of course a lot. So we have yellow sector 3. It was a lapping going on there, and Fungus is actually attacking, but braking too late, almost crashing into Impact, and got a really bad line. Now lost some time on this overtake opportunity. And Impact is still really close behind Chico. These two are battling since the race began. And yeah, I mean, Chico is defending very well, and Impact is not doing a good job so far, overtaking him. But of course, we all know these are very difficult conditions, so no blame on him. And Mike is doing another pit stop, so basically the race for him is over. It was one lap onto his new tires, and now he's pitting again. That should be it for this guy. Very unfortunate, of course, but that's how it is. The wet conditions are really hard, and to master them you need to practice a lot. Impact doing late braking, maybe underestimating the dirty air, which is of course still present into the rain. And now 0.8 seconds behind Chico. Fungus is another 1 second behind Impact. These three are still battling. Meanwhile, on the front we have a little bit of a calming down phase, I would say, between those three. 2.5 seconds, very constant difference. They're not pushing really hard. These tires are getting a little bit old right now, so you better watch up not to crash into the wall and lose all your points. Yeah, that's definitely a better choice instead of pushing wildly and then crashing, which is of course really frustrating at any point of the race, but especially before the 90% gap, when you get no points for crashing. So we switch back to our triple here. Impact is still chasing Chico, 0.5 seconds. That's amazing how good these three are racing here. We had an overtaking move from Futuristic on Pilvex. Seemed to be really easy. He's already passed when we switched there. So Futuristic up in to P9. But as we said, he already has one pit stop done. So yeah, he's still not really good in that race. I hope he can make more out of it. Fungus is 0.2 seconds behind Impact into the slipstream, but without DRS it's so difficult to overtake in this game. You had to get so much better traction in the rain to be able to have more speed and an overtaking opportunity. Actually, Impact is trying to overtake Chico, and these three are going into turn 1 side by side. Chico is fighting back, and then Fungus actually really late braking, crashing into Impact, and now he lets him by. Very fair move by Fungus, because it was of course his fault. As the man behind, he has to see how he's not crashing into the man in front. And so yeah, letting him by was definitely a good choice, a very sportsmanlike choice. But now Impact lost a lot of time towards Chico, who were battling all the race, and that's of course a shame, but nothing to do there. It is a race sport and nothing you can do there. And Choik is closing up to MiceQ, only 0.8 seconds, so MiceQ is getting a little bit slow here. Maybe his tires are worn off, I don't know. Probably he pushed too hard into the starting phase of this Grand Prix. We switch back to Fungus, who's trying an overtaking move on Impact. He's trying to get a slipstream, but yeah, his rear is stepping out a little bit, so bad traction there, and that's of course a bad sign for this straight. We want to get as much speed as possible. We have yellow flags in turn 2, in sector 2. Poofy Waffle is out of the race, so probably he caused the yellow flags. Now we're still with Fungus. He's braking late, going into the inside line, but yeah, I don't know. His overtakes are not that smart in my opinion. He's braking late, but he's not even closely alongside with the car in front. So if he brakes late and he's not alongside, there's like no way he can overtake without crashing into the man in front. Like here, I mean, if Impact just closes the line, he has no opportunity to overtake. And if he crashes, if they two crash, I mean, the man behind is always in fault. So, I mean, he wants to get by, and I understand that, but I think it's a little bit too aggressive what he's doing here now. He should be picking up a warning. I'm not sure if he did, but probably... Oh, he's locking up a lot. So this is really dangerous driving. We have actually an overtake from Choik on MySkew. Oh, MySkew is going into the pits. Yeah, okay. He's probably... No, he's not in the pits. Sorry, it was a really bad camera angle. He's not in the pits. He's continuing racing. Deplev is out of the race, actually. He had a lot of time penalties, so, well, he wouldn't make it into the points anyway, I guess. We have yellow in sector 3. Something happened there. Maple overtook Fungus. Oh, Fungus is really slow. There must have been some kind of incident, because he lets Futuristic pass by, and now Fungus is only in P9. And Impact is closing back up to Chico, so these two are really loving each other. They love battling with each other, better said, because they're battling again. It's only 0.5 seconds. They're driving all race long in this tuple. Impact gets a little bit bad traction out of this corner, but nothing too bad happened. There's still under 1 second of a gap. Of course, no matters there for DRS reasons, but still 1 second is not that much. It could be an overtaking opportunity onto the straight. But these two have to watch out, because SR Maple is catching up to these two, and he's really fast and he's really hungry for those points. Meanwhile, Mike gets a 5-second stop and go for ignoring blue flags, and that's really interesting. He actually should let the leaders pass, but didn't happen there, so deserved penalty, I guess. If it wasn't a bug. We have yellow flags in sector 1, but they're gone already. So the only interesting duel right now is Mark Nicky and Rambo 2K. Mark Nicky is closing up, 0.4 seconds, gets the slipstream, is a lot faster, brakes early to prevent the accident. Now going into this chicane, he's a lot faster than Rambo, but couldn't pick enough speed up, sorry, to get the overtake. Maybe now in turn 1. No, Rambo 2K is actually defending very well and stays in front into P11. So there's also fight for the non-point placements. Really nice, and yeah, sportsman driving of these guys. Want to do as much as possible after the race. Rambo 2K was really slow there, and Mark Nicky too. I didn't see if these two touched, but doesn't seem so. Mark Nicky still has very good steering, so probably his front wing should be fine. Can he get a little bit more traction than before to get the overtake done at last? He tries to go onto the inside, but Rambo 2K is just closing the door by, well, basically by being there. I mean, in the rain you don't have the movement of the car as in the dry, so you have to stay basically by the main racing line. But now Rambo 2K is making a mistake, and Mark Nicky tries to go by, but gets checked away. I don't know which or whose fault it was, but the overtake is not happening once more, and now he has a 2.8 seconds to catch up. No broken front wing there, otherwise he would have gone into the pits. So we can switch back to our favorite tuple here. Impact and Chico are still battling. Meanwhile, 1 second between those two, but trust me, it's not gonna last long because these two want to battle, these two want to drive together, and Impact already is closing up. But also, like I said, not to forget, SR Maple is one of the quickest guys here into the rain. A very amazing pace from him. He's already up to P7 from, what was it? P12? P13 or something? So yeah, amazing pace. Good job from him. Let's see how far he can do it. Naturally, I was wrong. Impact is losing a little bit of time here. I guess his tires are getting very old, very badly, and now SR Maple is already approaching like a shark. He hunts his food. And tries to catch up a little bit. Futuristic is also really fast. He can keep up with SR Maple perfectly. Stays on P8 so far, which is not that good regarding the championship as far as Inaudible Gamer is leading this race. So there could be a great gap between these two after this Grand Prix. But we have still 20 laps to go, a lot can happen, and actually Mark Nicky did the move against Rambo 2K and is now up in P11. And we can watch now MiceQ catching up on Choik. He's a lot faster and Choik is going into the pits, so probably he made some mistake, or maybe... Oh no! MiceQ is spinning! MiceQ is spinning! He was fighting for the podium and now this mistake is going to cost him a lot. Oh no, that's a shame. After the pole position, he's now throwing his race away. Well, not throwing it away, but throwing the podium away. And this is really severe, so very sorry for him. It was a solid race so far, but now he lost a lot of time, 19 seconds behind Alpheus right now without the pit stop, so this is a lot. And for sure, after the pit stop he will come out behind SR Choik, so... Oh, we have actually an overtake from Maple on Impact. Impact is getting really slow in these last laps. His tires should be done, yeah, we see him sliding a lot, and Maple doesn't care. He just doesn't care about the tires. He has still wonderful grip. He's still really fast, and now he's catching up onto Chico in big steps and going to catch him soon. We don't know. We will see. Oh, but he's locking up a lot also. This is not good for the tires either. Well, maybe he's going to pit now, so then no one cares actually. And Futuristic is very close on Impact here. Also getting better traction out of the corners, now into the inside line, but I'm pretty sure Impact will go into the pits. Yep, Impact and Chico both going into the pits. And now let's see if the undercut will work against Maple and Futuristic. And these two are going to fight right now. As, yeah, there's not that much space between them. 1.5 seconds. Both are almost equally fast. So I'm up for some entertainment from these guys. But not right now. Right now we're switching to Fungus, who is actually 1/10 behind Pillvax, braking onto the inside. And that was a really clean maneuver. So, yeah. Applause for that. It was a really beautiful, really clean maneuver. No contact there. He got the corner perfectly and it deserved a 9th place for him. We switch back to Futuristic, our P2 in the championship right now with 29 points out of 2 races. Really amazing win in Azerbaijan after a lot of things going on. You can see the real live stream on my channel in the videos or the highlights on the SOR YouTube channel. But right now this doesn't matter because we have here this battle and Maple actually goes into the pits. Futuristic is staying out. He did make a pit stop in lap 9, so his tires are not that old. But I'm pretty sure he has to pit again. And what a shame that is. I mean, look at him. He's in P4 already. And if he didn't have to make another pit stop, it would be a wonderful race. But if no one does care. SR Maple was into the pits and he came out in front of Impact but behind Chico. And this is really surprising that there's such big difference between these three drivers. We remember these three were battling onto the track. We had like a couple of tenths behind Maple and Chico and also a couple of tenths between Impact and Maple. And now these are seconds. These are 2 seconds and 4 seconds. And while I was talking, Inaudible Gamer picked up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And I think it was his second, if I'm right. I'm not sure right now. And also he's still carrying on driving onto these wet tires with already 19 laps on them. And yeah, I don't know why. I mean, does he want to go until the end? I don't think so. So if he doesn't want to go until the end with these tires, it's probably better to pit now. Oh, they're switching to intermediates? MySkew is switching to intermediates. Oh, this is why they're not stopping. They hope the weather gets better. Well, that is very interesting. We didn't see the weather forecast. I only got told it's gonna be full wet, but not how much wet. So I'm really interested how good MySkew will perform here onto this intermediates. Oh, this doesn't seem to be the right choice, if I'm honest. He's sliding a lot. Well, these tires are cold, okay? So maybe they just need to warm up. But maybe it was a really bad choice because Chico is catching up in huge steps. And Alpheus gets also 3-second time penalty. So I think now Alpheus should be on 3 seconds and Inaudible Gamer should be on 6 seconds. And now Chico actually overtakes MySkew. MySkew is not able to get any traction onto this intermediate tires. It was a very bad decision. He tried to get surprise move, joker move, pull it out here to maybe still get the win on this race, but it turned out a very badly decision, and now he's gonna lose another place to SR Maple, who is catching up into the slipstream. We have yellow flags in sector 4. Don't know what happened there, but nothing too severe as it seems. And now SR Maple is so close behind MySkew. He has so much more traction, and so he has much more speed onto the straight. And now he's going to be able to pass by. Now MySkew actually closes the door. But you see how much he's sliding. These tires are really not the good choice for this condition. And SR Maple is really easily overtaking him. And MySkew is already in P7. And this turns into a disaster for him. This race after pole position, he's now in P7. And is going to lose another positions, I believe. Because these intermediates just don't work. But the saving grace for him is if the range stops like in the next 1.5 laps. If this happens, then maybe he can still win with his choice without making another pit stop and overtake the guys in front of him. But if not, his race is basically over. He has to make another pit stop, and yeah, then it's hopeless. But we have Pillvax on intermediates also. So maybe the track is getting dried out. Yeah, it seems it's actually really. It's less water than 2 minutes ago. So maybe the decision was not too bad. Let's see. So SR Maple is continuing driving. Is not going into the pits to switch on intermediates. MySkew is getting a 3-second time penalty. As if things are getting the most bad way for him. But he's not losing any time now. So towards Maple, it's still 2 seconds. It's constantly 2 seconds. He's not losing any time. So maybe his choice now is going to pay out. And now he's actually catching up towards Maple. This is amazing. The rain has basically stopped and the track is getting a lot drier. and maybe it was a good move. 1.7 seconds behind these two, 1.6 seconds, 1.5. Oh wow, Impact gets another 3-second time penalty, but it's not really interesting right now. It's only interesting if MiceQ is continue gaining time with his intermediate tires, which would be really amazing. So I still think he pitted, well, a couple of laps too early. It was really risky, but also his tires were completely done. So we watched him sliding around, and now SR Maple is actually going into the pits. He will switch to the intermediates, I'm really sure, because his tires have only 3 laps on them. And now, yeah, the intermediates tires going onto this Ferrari. And so MiceQ's choice now starts to pay out. He's up to P6, and he will get a lot of overtakes soon, because these guys in front of him are going to pit too. But also interesting, the Alpheus in an Audible Gamer strategy were going to pit now for the first time with this like 30 seconds lead regarding these two summed up. And this definitely paid out to stay as long as they can onto this wet tires. 22 laps. This is also amazing tire management from these guys. But an Audible Gamer has 19 seconds lead. This is dominance, ladies and gentlemen. This is real dominance. Alphys is also into the pits. Now getting his intermediate tires going out. What is Futuristic doing? He's going into the pits too. They are all going into the pits, and now we will see how much positions MiceQ can catch up here because of his strategy move. So now let's see who he's fighting again. He overtook Chico into the pit lane, and he's now up to 3rd place with a new fastest lap. And will he stay 3rd? I'm not sure. Yes, he stays in front of Choik. He's back on his 3rd place regarding his spinning into the last chicane. So he made up all that lost time because of his strategic decision. And yeah, I mean, congratulations, it was a really good move and he did the right thing, but now he has still to defend from SR Choik, who is really fast in his rain conditions. And you don't have to forget that MiceQ's tires are 4 laps older than the ones of Choik, so this could be a factor towards the end of the race, but we will see. In front, it's boring as hell, because Alpheus is 19 seconds towards an Audible Gamer. This is like worlds. Big worlds. MiceQ is 19 seconds behind Alpheus. A little bit of sliding there, so these conditions are not perfectly dry enough for the intermediates, but the intermediates are still better than the wets right now. Chico is losing place to SR Maple, who is also really fast, fighting his way towards the top 5. Now 9 seconds towards Futuristic. We will see if he can catch these up. I don't think so. Futuristic is also a very fast man. Only 1.2 seconds behind Choik. And there's a lot of things going on. Sorry if I cannot keep up with all of these. And hello KK Hunter. Nice to see you here and the stream. Let's take a little break. My voice is getting really dry. I need to drink some water, but we keep here watching Futuristic on his on his catching up. Oh no, actually MiceQ is into the wall. No, he made such a good move, and instead of taking these 15 points for the 3rd place, he's now spinning. Oh man. This guy doesn't have a good day at all. Starting from the pole and now 2 times spinning. Then a genius strategic decision, and now spinning again. Probably broke his front wing, and this is a shame. I feel really sorry for him. I can't even drink a little cup of water because now we have an overtaking maneuver from Futuristic to Choik, braking really late into the dirty air of the Ferrari. Now Choik can get a little bit of space between these two, but Futuristic is clearly faster than the man in front of him. So it's only a matter of time until he will overtake the Ferrari in front. But 9 laps left, so he has a little bit of a time window. He has to get it on. Let's see if he can get the overtake maneuver done. So, at last, I could drink something. It's really exhaustive to be the only commentator. I hope Blue will be back at race 4 next Tuesday. But no one cares about that right now. The only thing we care about is this duel between the Haas and the Ferrari driver. 0.5 seconds. Futuristic is picking up the slipstream, catching up towards SOR Choik. 0.3 seconds, but it's not enough again. You just don't have the DRS advantage you would have in dry conditions, so it's a little, well, it's not little, it's a lot harder to overtake on this track, which is very curvy and yeah, affords a lot of grip to get out well off the corners. In these wet conditions, of course, it's not possible, or it's just possible until yeah, a special point to say. What could help Futuristic, Choik is catching up to a back marker. It's Mike who stopped really late to get these intermediate tires and pull off the wet ones. So Inaudible Gamer is doing another fastest lap with 1:19.519. And I have to remember that the pole time in qualifying was a 1:18.5. So he's only 6/10 slower than the actual pole time from the dry. And this is just cute. This is just stupid. Sorry, but how can this man be so fast? I don't know. Inaudible Gamer is just from another world here. I don't think he belongs into Split 2. But that's what these guys decided, so it will be the best for him, I guess. And we still stay on board or on camera with Futuristic catching up to Choik, but he's still not able to overtake. The question is he waiting on purpose? Is he just waiting for the last couple of laps to get the overtake done and then stay in this position without being, without have the necessity to defend actually? Because defending position is, it's not comfortable. You see always this car in your mirrors trying to get left and right and fake and overtake, and you always have to watch for this guy trying to make a move somewhere, and yeah, that's not comfortable. But on the other side, driving behind one driver in this game is also not easy. All this dirty air, and oh my god, it was actually really good traction from Futuristic, but he has the outside line and both McLarens are battling just right in front of them. They must have blue flags, but they're battling. These guys wants to race, and actually Choi gets the overtake maneuver done back onto Futuristic, but Futuristic is catching back up in the slipstream, trying to get on the inside. No, he's backing up, he's waiting for a better opportunity, and actually these McLarens could block Choik off, and actually, yeah, they are blocking. Choik is losing a lot of time because Pilvex is not making a move to the side. He stays onto the racing line, and this is a shame because now Choik lost a place because of this. Pilvex is definitely to blame for this overtake of Futuristic, and yeah, that's not the way you want to lose your place in such a great battle. But as I said, it's going to be trouble there. These McLarens were fighting all along, and actually my guts passed Pilvex, but Pilvex didn't get a good traction outside of turn 14 and 15, spun a little bit into the wall of champions, lost control and couldn't get out of the way at time, but it's still his responsibility to get out of the way, to not to not block the drivers who actually lap him. And now Choik is losing a lot of time. He must be furious about this incident. I can understand him I clearly can, and this is really frustrating. But you can also see how much faster Futuristic here is. He's just pulling away 3/10 only onto the straight. This is amazing. On the other side, we don't know if Choik has front wing damage out of this incident. I hope he doesn't, and I don't think he does, because he's still pretty fast into the corners, but he just loses a lot of speed on the straight. Maybe it's the setup, maybe it's the traction, maybe it's also the ERS management. And a big compliment towards Mike. He is really good in letting these drivers pass. He's not doing the mistake of his teammate. And we've actually yellow flags in sector 3. But now they're gone, so I guess nothing too bad happened there. So will Choik be able to get the move back on Futuristic? And Inaudible Gamer is getting another fastest lap with 1:19.380. This man is crazy. He's just 8/10 slower than the qualifying pole position time in dry conditions. And this is amazing. I mean, I don't know what he did in qualifying, but if he can drive these lap times in the wet, he was definitely not doing his best in qualifying. But it's fine. I mean, he's leading the race with 22 seconds, 23 almost, and that's just a superior lead. And I'm pretty sure if he doesn't make the same mistakes like in Baku last week, he will take this race home. Also really disappointed, the fight between Chico and Impact came to an end. 5 seconds between these two. They had great battling towards like lap 25 or something, when everyone was switching to intermediates. Before that, all the race they were in a 1 second gap, and this was really fun to watch. We have actually 2 pit stops in the back, so P12 is actually switching to super softs. This is a brave move. I don't know which is the condition of the track. It seems really dry, but is it dry enough to be fast with these soft tires? So with these slick tires, I should say. And this is really interesting. So yeah, I understand the guys in the back of the field, because it's their only way to be able to get up a little bit. But actually Rambo is switching back to the intermediates. Oh, he stays on the intermediates, and these seem to be a lot faster. So he's catching up to Pilvex, already 1 second throughout sector 1. Yeah, Pilvex is... no, he's sliding around too much. That was not a good decision, although I can understand it. I mean, he had to try something to at least be able to get up a little bit into the points. But now his race is definitely over. He will be overtaken by Rambo 2K into the next corner or even the next straight. Mike picks up another time penalty, which doesn't really matter because he's in P11, 42 seconds behind P10. And Pilvex gets overtaken, and yeah, his race is over. He needs to pit again, and then he won't be able ever to catch anyone up. So we switch back to SR Maple, who is locking up a lot. So I watched him throughout several laps, and he's really locking up a lot. I guess it's just his driving style, and it makes you fast indeed, but it's not good for the tires, and you should care about your tires even in the wet condition. So yeah, I mean, it has an upside and a downside, but for him it seems to work. He's a really fast man, but still not able to get towards MySQ. We also have still 2 seconds between Choik and Futuristic. 3 laps left, so if Choik wants this P3, wants to be on the podium, he needs to catch up a lot. He needs to catch up like 7/10 a lap. And of course, yeah, I don't think it's possible here. Futuristic would need to make a mistake. So the race result stays like this. So live results, guys, live ranking, okay? Inaudible Gamer gets up to 58 points and Futuristic actually gets up to 44 points. So 14 points gap between these two. I'm not sure how many points Alpheus has, but he will be around Futuristic somewhere. So still a great over 10 points lead for Inaudible Gamer. And yeah, I mean, it's totally deserved. He's really dominant here. He's driving a very clean race. Well, not that clean. He has a lot of time penalties, but I mean clean in a matter of not breaking his front wing like he did in Baku. So in these terms, not breaking your cars really, yeah, is a big advantage when fighting for P1. We have yellow in sector 2, it's gone already, so nothing happened there, I guess. And Choik is actually trying, or even doing, catching up towards Futuristic 1.3 seconds, 1.1 seconds, so I have no idea what Futuristic did, but he's losing a lot of time right now. 0.8 seconds, maybe he broke his front wing on, he has not enough fuel, I don't know what's happening there. He's now overtaking the back marker, maybe it was the problem, I'm not sure. But Choik gained a lot of time now, and Inaudible Gamer is now in his last lap already, but these guys have one more lap to go, so one more chance for Choik to get on the podium to overtake Futuristic here. P1 and P2 are pretty safe, unless these guys are making a mistake, and Maple is also catching up towards MiceQ, so now the both Ferrari are attacking their front drivers. 1 second left for one lap, and this is gonna be a hell of a lap if they want to get this overtaking done. So Maple seems to be closer to MiceQ than Choik to Futuristic, so we stay with these guys. I take a quick look at where Inaudible Gamer is, so we can capture his win. Alpheus gets another time penalty, but it shouldn't matter. 20 seconds is a lot, so nothing will happen there, even because of the time penalties. And now Inaudible Gamer going to turn 14, turn 15, passing the wall of champions, getting onto the main straight, and right now he has won the Grand Prix, the Canadian Grand Prix, with a new fast lap of 1:19, 0.13, sorry, 19.013, better to say. And yeah, totally deserved. He was really superior to all the other drivers. He was really dominant, and yeah, a great win from him. From P4, he wins this race. Maple picks up a time penalty that could be deciding. Alpheus picks up P2, but we stay here now with the fight of Choik, Futuristic, and Maple and MiceQ. And now these two have to try everything to get one place up. Choik is getting closer to Futuristic, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Futuristic stays in front, there's no overtaking opportunity, no DRS here, and Futuristic actually takes back the third place home. Choik is getting 4, and we have Maple right behind MiceQ, 0.3 seconds. Can he get a good traction? Yes, he can. He gets the slipstream. He gets on the left side. Will it be enough? No, it's not enough. MiceQ stays in front, and even the time penalties don't change that. And yeah, that was a really good attack from the both Ferraris, but both don't succeed in overtaking, stay on their places and pick up P4 and P6. And after the incident with Maple in I think it was first or second lap, it's a really well-deserved 6th place. So he did a very good job in catching back towards the front. Yeah, there wasn't more possible for him, and it wasn't his fault he spun, so he did a great job. But Inaudible Gamer did an even better job. He got the win here, and really deserved, really good win. The end table, the Inaudible Gamer picks up 25 points. Now he has 58. We have Alpheus on P2 with 18 points. I'm not sure how many these are now summed up. Futuristic gets up to 44 points with these 15 on P3. P4 gets Choik in the first Ferrari in front of MiceQ. MiceQ will be really disappointed, I guess, but well, he had it in his own hands and he just threw it away. So at least the podium, it was his own fault. The Notable Game and Alphas were really fast, so maybe, yeah, I don't know. But after the pole, you want to win the race. Only P5 for him, very sadly. SR Maple, great catching up from the back of the field, 8 points for him. Chico gets 6 points after his great battling with Impact over the whole race. Impact 4 points, Fungus gets another 2 points. Yeah, not a good race for him. He had a lot of late braking and some incident. Mark Nicky still picks up 1 point, and the other drivers don't get any points in this Grand Prix of Canada. So that was it, guys. Also, a Notable Gamer had the fastest lap with 1:19.013, and I have to remember you that the qualifying pole time was 1:18.5. Okay, it was only 5/10 faster. Just think about it, okay? Yeah, just amazing stuff here. Well, we're done here for today. That was the Grand Prix of Canada. We're racing or commentating from my side next week again on Tuesday. I hope Blue 24 will be back next week. Console says wasn't qualified 1.8. Oh yeah, you're actually right. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, this would be amazing if there were only 6 tenths slower in the race than the qualifying. Yeah, sorry. You're totally right. It was 1.8. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Another gamer was so dominant. I thought he's faster than the drive, which is of course impossible. But still, doesn't matter anymore. Thank you for watching. We see you next week on Tuesday. I'm actually not sure which track it's gonna be, but we will release a hot lap video probably in the weekend before, so you can see which track is next. And yeah, thanks for watching. Nice to have you guys here on my side today. Next time we will be 2, so I don't have to talk this much and will be a little bit more entertaining. I wish you a really nice evening and good racing, or happy racing. See you then, guys.